What's up, everybody? It's your boy CJ here, back again with another Back to the Future old cartoons review. I know you guys gonna love this one. Lilo and Stitch, the series, the show about a dude named Jumbo who creates a whole bunch of experiments. And experiment 626 is Stitch, who lives with Lilo and his family. Nani, David is Nani's boyfriend. Pleakley is Jumbo's assistant. And before this was Lilo and Stitch the movie, the first one, when they first met Stitch, where like he escaped from he escaped from their Jumbo, all of them. Then basically he finds freaking Lilo, does all this stuff. He just it makes the life started going down a little bit, and then you realize Jumbo. The director tells them you need to go find Stitch now. They go find Stitch, all that good stuff, and this is what leads into the series. Now, I mean, I freaking love this. You know what I'm saying? I do have my number of experiments, but I should have done. I might do a slideshow on my favorite experiments, because I do have a good. I mean, I think at least 5 of them, a little less than that, but I'm gonna do that anyway. But into the episodes on different ones, the different the different experiments that they had to capture. I do remember when Richter, I don't know his number, but when they had to capture him, where he got 4 arms, pink. I like it. He's pretty cool. Basically when they met him, Stitch, he was having a very difficult time. When he first took on him, Stitch was getting freaking destroyed. I mean, it was like freaking, you know what I'm saying? Because he had to wrestle with him and it wasn't working out too good. So Lilo trained Stitch to counter everything that Richter does, and then after that, Stitch came back and be like, come on, man, let's fight. Then he took on him again and eventually beat him. And all experiments, I'm going to say this, all experiments are evil until they turn good. And all experiments, before they become actual, because they start as their experiment pods, they have the number on it, and when it touches water, the experiment is released. You know what I'm saying? You got one episode with the fire experiment and the water experiment. The one with the little volcanoes on his back, and the water one is like the freaking octopus who sucks up water and his head gets very big. It was one episode when they both were released. Oh man, how can I forget about this? I forgot the characters. The one character that always try to get all the other experiments is Gantu. And the experiment that's always with him is experiment 625, which he's the yellow guy who always eats sandwiches. He always makes sandwiches, all different types of sandwiches. He make a freaking 20-decker sandwiches and eat it all. I forgot to talk about him, but he does get a few of them. But back into the episode I was talking about, when those 2 experiments were released, Jumbo was saying that if these 2 experiments meet, it's gonna be freaking chaos. You know what I'm saying? Because like water, lava, they shouldn't touch. I mean, eventually they did encounter each other, but nothing really happened. No, cause I think they got captured. I think they both got captured at the same, like different times, something like that. I don't remember what happened, but I mean, I like those 2. Well, I like the fire one, not the other one. We got one episode when they encounter the one experiment. Stitch's girlfriend, well, the one he liked, he called her dang. But it's like she got a little pink, the things on her back of her head. And her special ability or somewhat, what she can do is like she can transform. She can make all the good experiments turn bad by singing this song. She eventually turned Jumbo bad, and then he started going crazy and all that. He was locked up in a room, and then Lilo figured out that if you play the song backwards, it reverses what she does. So okay, did that. Stitch was like, he was love struck. He was like, oh man, I have to find, I gotta go find her. He chased her all the way to Jumbo's ship, which was a trap. And then all the good experiments turned bad. They all released the beat up Stitch, and then they was gonna finish him off. Like, Gantu was like, finish him. And then, man, I thought her name would come to me. It'll come to me maybe. But then she was like, no! And then she sung her song backwards, and all of the experiments turned back good again. Jumbo turned back good and all that. But eventually, Gantu like, you know what? That's it, man. He takes her and he runs. And so like they're like, oh no! You know what I'm saying? And then Lilo's like, don't worry, Stitch, we'll get her back. There's one episode they did get her back. I can't remember too much about it, but they did. It was this one episode about it's like I think it's a time travel episode. I don't remember what the experiment too much looked like. It's like a little baby, like a ball or something like that. And I think on top of his head, if you push it, it will you can go back in time. And basically what Lilo did, she went back in time when she was older. Like her and Stitch were together, and then like not together like a couple, but they went back in time, and then like everything was like taken over by Gantu. He was like capturing all the experiments. Freaking everybody was like his slave and all that. Nani was his secretary. Jumba, he was the only one he was left, and like his little he was still left at the house. Freaking Pleakley, where he had his own show. And the thing about Pleakley, he's always dressing as a chick. You know what I'm saying? He got 3 legs and all that, so he's always dressing as a chick. And people, he confused him. I was like, what the hell? Like, really? That's cartoon logic for you. But then she eventually cause Stitch in that experiment got captured, and so Lilo had to go get him back. She eventually recruited, everybody to help her out, and then she went back into time. You got one episode about I think it was a Halloween episode about the ghost experiment that controls all inanimate objects. It was pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? Because like it's a ghost, and like it could be like a freaking cup, and he'll go into it, and like the thing, it make it turn evil, but I think they sucked it up. It's like a vacuum cleaner, I think. You got Sparky, which I really like that one. I think Lilo had dropped it into a tub, and it came out, and it started jumping. I think it kept jumping into like electricity and stuff and exploding it, and I forgot how they got it back, but you got the one experiment 627, I think, which is like Stitch's evil clone, and his weakness is laughing, cause Stitch could not beat him. Stitch can go 4 arms, 2 things on his head, and then like 4 things on his back. This experiment went freaking 2 heads, freaking 6 arms, and he freaking destroyed Stitch. Stitch could not beat him. Then eventually, his name was Leroy. No, it wasn't. It's a movie called Leroy and Stitch, but I don't know if that was his name. I don't think it was. But his weakness was laughter, and it had this little machine that you could stuff the experiment in, and it forces them back into the pod version, and that's what they did. And then the cliffhanger, Jumbo had like a cabinet, and it had experiment 628 or 629, something like that. I don't think on my knowledge he actually revealed it, but that was like, oh no, what could that be? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got all types of experiments. You got the one that caused mess. Felix, he always cleaning, but he he was cleaning for them, but he turned bad and he was making a mess. You got I mean, it's again all types of experiments. You got, let me see, cause I mean, it's a lot of experiments. I can't. I believe there's one episode. I mean, not one. I think one experiment. I mean, you got Richter. They can make earthquakes. You got let me think, cause a lot of them have names. Most of them that they deal with actually have names, and a lot of them don't. Oh, it was an episode where Gantu had 4 experiments, and it was like one. He was making clones out of them because the experiment. It was a 2-headed experiment that can make clones, and when it made clones, your real self is cut your street. You might be 100%, and then you make like 4 clones of yourself. You're totally drained and weak. He had 4 experiments. There was one that it was like one that had like, he called it hammer shot. No, it was one that actually had a hammer, and it was one that was like it could stretch his arms out. It was one, I think it was blasting fire. I think I think it was 4 or 3 of them, and then he made a clone of every last one of them, and their clones became super weak. And then the 3 Pleakley clones helped them out and defeated all of the clones of the other experiments. Oh, I forgot. One episode is when the fire is it's a different fire. With fire and ice battle. That's the awesome battle. It was like a little thing that could shoot fire out his nose, and pew pew pew. And the ice one, which is my favorite one, they went at it and fought. Eventually, the ice one lost anyway. I mean, obviously, but I mean, I love that. I love the ice experiment. Let me think. I mean, now I'm know I'm forgetting a lot of other type of ones. I think it was a slime. It was a slime experiment. There was, I believe, I mean, it's probably. I mean, I know it's more. I'm not gonna say that's it. It's a lot more of them. But you know, I'm gonna end it right here. If you like the video, click that like button, leave a comment, share and subscribe, and catch you guys later. Deuces.